Lots of goofs and gaffes.
Wow.
Bit of a rivalry seems between the NBK and Angel, and Banks, of course, stoking the fire.
Yeah, no love lost between those two, that's for sure. It is going to be another best of 3 here. Loser is going home. Winner will live to fight until tomorrow. Now, the chips really will be down there in the 2-on-2 bracket. That's going to be where the pressure really is stacking up. If you're not really familiar with these two names, I guess Vitality hasn't been around for a massive amount of time in CSGO. This is made up of these legendary players, especially the likes of MBK, Apex, RPK. Those are names you probably recognize, a household at this point. Alex has had a tremendous year. He's not a rookie by any stretch of the word. He's actually been playing for 10 years. He was a Source player with MBK back in the day as well, but he's never really made it to the higher echelons of CS until this year. So everyone's starting to recognize him. Obviously, Zywoo needs no introduction. Everyone knows who he is at this point. And here we go, the map for them. We're going to see Overpass potentially played a lot. You can see they've got a massive win percentage on that one. They played a lot as well. And we've seen ups and downs here from Vitality. Dust 2, for me, they're considered one of the best Dust 2 teams in the world, but they have had some shocking results here at this event. They're not looking their usual selves.
Yeah, so there's a clear dip in Vertigo and Train for the French, but a 5-map pool and a convincing one. Nuke has been rather intermittent for the French as well. In contrast, HellRaisers is a team you have to acknowledge. Lal, Issa, Angel, Oscar, and Yuki. They had to recover from the loss of their star Orpa, of course, Woxic leaving them, Oscar rejoining them. Was one for the other. Issa yet to find form since the departure of Woxic. That was the storyline line. He's coming into the Major. I will correct myself, of course, as I haven't had the chance to see their game versus a Vanguard. However, it was a loss, 8-16, and therefore perhaps not the dream run that HellRaisers were hoping for on the ropes now.
Yeah, you can see HellRaisers don't have a massive sample size of maps because they haven't necessarily been to a lot of tournaments recently. They've just rebuilt this lineup and looking to prove themselves here at this event. So yes, we can look at these numbers. They don't really have much weight to them, Alex. It's not like we can get a whole lot from these because they're playing a lot of online games, haven't been to many tournaments. So we're looking to see how they can perform at this event. So far, not being the greatest showing. They lost 16-6 to Furia and, to, like you mentioned, to Avangard as well. They did beat Complexity 16-5, but from what we've seen from those guys throughout this tournament, that's not really that much to go by, unfortunately. I've definitely got Vitality as a favourite here. They're the #2 team in the world right now. Subjectively looking at that, I don't agree with that ranking right now from what like we've seen the last few months. They're definitely capable of doing it. They've lifted many trophies this year. They've had some great results. I just find them a little bit too streaky for my liking, I think.
I think that has been, a very shared criticism for this French roster is that it can look so good when it's good. Yeah. I mean, #2, I would say, you know, on a good day against a tier 1 team,
sure.
I do think Vitality, unfortunately, subscribe to a similar rhetoric that of Virtus Pro, playing to the level of their opponent. I know it
I haven't heard that for a while.
Isn't that a cop-out?
Yeah.
I haven't said that one in a long time, but that was often attributed to the polls in their rise and fall, their pits and their troughs, whatever it may be. But this one, for Vitality, it has been a slow and difficult start for them, meeting 2 CIS underdogs in Simon and Dream Eaters and losing their lives. The only slight glimmer of light is versus the team eliminated first from the Major in INTZ. I mean, we truly have not seen anything to encourage confidence in Vitality, other than, of course, the name, the brand, and their results coming in to the Berlin Major.
Well, they have a couple of win conditions, that's for sure. That interview was a little bit difficult to watch. I won't lie to you, Alex. That when they were asking questions like, "So, do you feel like
he did drop that bomb on him?
You can't really win without Zywoo going well." And he's like, "MBK." You can see he's just like, "Well, let him really know what to say to that." I don't think it's necessarily true. He certainly contributes a massive amount to the squad. Your star player is always going to, right? Every team has that one player we'll always talk about and notice that most of the other few other players we don't talk about so much. That's just the way it goes. But they have numerous stars within this roster, right? They've got Alex as the in-game leader, and MBK, obviously former star player in previous teams. He doesn't necessarily fill that role anymore, but he's there kind of looking over the squad. He used to be the leader for this team, and he kind of chimes in and helps Alex out where required. RPK, on a good day, still can be a world-class player. Problem is we don't see it every map. We see it maybe every 3 maps or so, and then he can be quite average or amazing. So hopefully we see the best of him today. We've got a lot of firepower on the HellRaisers side. They've got great additions in the form of Oscar coming in.
Lal too.
Yeah, absolutely. And Nuki. And, you know, like that's a player that's a lot of hype around him at this point. Interested to see what he can do on the server. And I'm assuming we'll get the veto very soon. We'll work out where this is going to lean towards as the guys have their little pre-chat right now, working out how they're going to operate going forward. They must know the maps at this point. They wouldn't be able to have this chat. So we'll have a look as it looks to be Inferno. I can at least reveal that. So that's available online, so we can let the curtain back on that one. Inferno kicked things off, and That's no surprise. That's a middling map for almost every single team. Everyone's going to be comfortable playing that one, and I'm sure it will be absolutely fine. In terms of the records for these teams, HellRaisers have played it 10 times and won 30% of that, and Vitality 13 times, 54%. Vitality would have played a lot higher opposition as well, so I would assume this is the pick of Vitality, but we will find out. They did lose to Dream Eaters, however.
They did. It was a very close one. I mean, a full 30 rounds. We have the veto on your screens now. Bye-bye Nuke and bye-bye Train, which is how we got to that pick of Inferno. HellRaisers choosing to take it there makes sense. They have, of course, got 1 win, 1 loss on this map at the Major so far. Complexity the win, Furia the loss. Both teams that they won and lost to have already been eliminated, and now on the ropes they find themselves. Vertigo will be banned by the French in the second phase. Mirage was their response during this, and so the choice was given. It was presented to Angel and the gang. Do you want to play Dust 2 or Overpass? Opting for the latter.
Well, Overpass does not bode well. I don't know enough about HellRaisers, Overpass in general to really comment on it, but looking at the numbers, they've played it 5 times in the last 3 months, and Vitality, this is one of their home maps. They really do serious work on Overpass. That's if even it gets to 2. They should be the heavy favorites for that. Here they go. Here's the results. You can see a sea of red on both teams here. It's not looking too good, is it?
No, it has been a real bumpy ride for Vitality, and I think NBK, you know, all that the jokes and the bravado aside, I think in that interview it was very telling that there is going to be a lot of stress and a lot of pressure applied for the rest of this week. So he's got to close this out.
These are just the stats for Inferno, right? So it's interesting that HellRaisers would even pick this map considering the last results they've had. Sure, they had the 16-5 victory over Complexity, but can you really hold that much weight onto that considering they've been battered by Furia, Big, Fours in a dramatic fashion, Gamer Legion? Like, those are teams like, sure, they're decent squads, but like they didn't make a dent on a couple of those games. So it's interesting they've actually picked that map into Vitality. And looking at Mirage next, a very different scene. So Vitality, this is their pick, of course. They look very comfortable. You can see some big names being taken down there. Heroic, Renegades, convincing wins there. They did lose to Liquid. That's to be expected. But if you look over at HellRaisers, this is where it really starts to get a little bit dicey. The likes of Fours, Wendigo, and Mouse Sports as well. That one is a little bit more forgivable. It doesn't look like a map they're necessarily well versed on.
Sure, but I think unfortunately for HellRaisers, it's a question of picking your poison. I will, however, comment on the Overpass. Angel has had a degree of notoriety for his leadership, his calling, and previous HellRaisers rosters have been beasts on the map of Overpass. The fact that we don't see them pick it, though, does suggest that with the newest additions, Oscar, Lau, Nuki, it hasn't necessarily worked as well with previous iterations of the HellRaisers roster. It is still there as a third, but deciding to try and take it to Inferno. I feel like we've seen so much Inferno and very little Mirage, actually, even in the best of 3s.
That's a good point, Mirage. We haven't even casted.
I haven't casted a Mirage
like
yet.
6 maps a day so far. So that's fascinating. I know it's been on the B stream a couple of times, which we're out right now. So maybe that's where it all goes down. This is all the Mirage action on this broadcast.
Sure.
Maybe some other stuff as well. Who knows? It's kind of our show now. No one's really kind of telling us what to do, so we can just do whatever we want, Alex. So feel free to go off piste a little bit, perhaps.
Oh, yeah, I do love to go off piste.
Yeah,
I've
it's
got
a lot of fun, isn't it? It's dangerous, but it's fun.
It is a good bit of fun. GG.bet, though, you can see our bookkeepers. They told us about the game, and you can see the odds there on your screen. Strafe app as well. It's available on iOS and Google Play. Be sure to grab the Strafe eSport app, cast your vote, and also be able to keep track of exactly how the brackets are unfolding. There is so much Counter-Strike happening over the course of these 3 weeks. So it's a handy tool to keep track of all of that.
Okay, Alex, I've got to pick you on the line right now. What are you leaning towards in terms of who's going to win this one? I've got Vitality 2-0. Like HellRaisers, like they've got a great roster on paper, but I think like Vitality, like pedigree they have now, they've been building this team for 9 months. It feels like they're at the point they're not going to be crashing out in the challenger stage of the major.
I just don't see that. I just don't see that happening. I don't see them allowing that to happen. But HellRaisers, they can play spoiler. They can send Vitality home over the course of the next 2 to 3 maps. It looks like it's time to jump into the pistol. A machine. He's Henry G, and this is Vitality HellRaisers. RPK in eyes with him. I thought he was going to go for something a little early towards middle. No info gathering just yet from the CTs, but a 4-man stack towards the A site, leaving just 1 man. It'll be Apex responsible for B off the break.
Here we go then. We are off to the races. We'll see a slow approach towards B. 3 players there. Bomb down towards T steps. NBK watching towards quad. You can see a 3-man, actually 4-man stack on this side of the map. So Zywoos will be trying baiting in. NBK is hiding behind the quad pillar. In terms of utility, we have 1 smoke and a Molotov, both from the utility belt of Angel there, but they're biding their time. They are not rushing this one.
Let's see how they choose to approach this then. A very passive hold from Vitality. They know HellRaisers have to come to them. MBK's going investigating. This could be first blood for Issa. A couple of shots fired. He chooses to respond on that. ZywOo doesn't actually connect his initial adjustment. Backing away though, no bloodshed, and just like that, I'm shut up, and so are the French. 3 quick frags. RPK though takes 2 with him before he goes down. He makes it doable. This is a chewable chunk for Apex. Now 1 versus 2, and actually rather spread out. Nuki though walking through Arch. That could cause a bit of a spot of bother. Apex is cognizant of it though. Now pushing on towards the bomb, trying to catch Oscar, and actually did goosh him through the box. A little bit of wood saving HellRaisers and certainly saving Oscar.
Yeah, well, there it is. It will be HellRaisers picking up the pistol there. A very slow approach. They are waiting for the CTs to get impatient there. And peeking towards Boiler Room, Issa able to swing out, get a couple of frags there. RPK almost steals the round back with 2 frags from the Arch. Remember, Vitality had 4 players in that position. They're ready and waiting. They couldn't deliver the headshots required, and they are going to be force buying in the second round by the looks of things. We have got Deagle's armor and smokes as well. We saw how successful this was earlier in the day, and you can, that was G2 actually. Deagle's 5 smokes and just try and play it like a gun round, drop those smokes as they're committing, and hopefully segregate the offensive from HellRaisers.
Interesting that HellRaisers have opted for so many SMGs.
Well, it's because the MAC-10 just seems to be so in tune with the rest of the game right now. It just seems to be working in every scenario, even in gun rounds earlier. We were seeing it have great success even at medium range. It seems like everyone's really getting on board with this weapon.
And just to pile on top of that, it's not only the power of the MAC-10, but also I feel like people are getting so much better at the use of their utility to the point now where it is clinical. Every angle can be cleared with those flashbangs. They've got so many to play with. They can just, you can see it. I mean, they're constantly leaving their palms, trying to keep the CTs guessing. Oh, and he actually managed to catch a good little bit of damage onto Apex with that jiggle peek. Made from Angel. Don't think it's going to catch NBK, given the fact he's boosted up on first orange. Three 3-2 split for the CTs. NBK, he's the first to make the call. Does he have a nade to respond? He does have a smoke. He's likely going to want to deploy that. This is probably not going to be able to keep HellRaisers back. They could choose to disrespect it, but the time is still present. 30 seconds as NBK is looking to silently change his plans. HellRaisers, 25 seconds. They're lining up a fake B. Who are they going to send in? There's going to be a couple of sacrificial lambs. It's going to be Angel, I think, first on the scene. So smoke does come in response, as does the rotate. ZywOo's on his way towards the B site. Oscar's flash and Angel's frag. That's good. Now in towards the A site, they charge. RPK's kept managing to react, at least with a smoke. They tuck themselves in on the site, the 2 of them. But look, from behind, here comes the Spaniard. It's Lau with 1. He's not anticipating a second, though, and RPK's allowed to strike. The bomb's in, and RPK's done another. Dinks up Issa. Yeah,
nice damage, but unfortunately won't contribute to a round victory here. 4 versus 2, Apex already down to 27. ZywOo will be there, but he's gunning for an AWP, so he doesn't actually have armor. He's fantastic with the Deagle, gives it a go, but feels like it'd be better saving that for the next round. Give him another chance to get those 1 digs. I have to take an eco. Apex might as well save as well. He actually has got the Kevlar, but only 1 player going down. That was Lau. Like I said, RPK did good work, and ZywOo, okay. Not bad.
That's really nice.
That actually works out quite nicely. You can save the MAC-10 for next round. If he gets 1 kill with that, remember it's $600 per kill found. That's another reason why the MAC-10 is brought out so much. It's so cheap to buy, and it can actually pay for itself with a couple of kills.
Yeah, that's a very good way to summarize it. Yeah, you get 2 kills, you've paid for it, and then some.
Yeah. It's a very versatile weapon. So, like we said, full eco on the agenda next.
We had the AUG Major. Now we have the MAC-10 Major. Maybe.
We've had the Tech 9 Major as well.
We did have the Tech 9 Major, yeah.
What else have we had?
Lots of players working it out. We haven't had the DAC Major. We're calling it, man. It's going to happen. Soon the Auto Sniper will find its new lease of life.
I hope so, at least.
Do you?
Yeah.
That weapon. I think it might be the most intimidating sound, hearing that dunk, 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 dunk.
It's so fun to use.
It is. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Still, 3rd round should be simply a formality for HellRaisers, and we'll see how they choose to approach this. Of course, you don't want to step a toe out of place. CT smoke will keep them at bay, but HellRaisers, they're in no rush to find the 3rd. Yes, they know they have a significant advantage, but you do not want to just step a toe out of line and get caught off by numerous close corners where those pistols, a P250, a CZ, even a MAC-10 that we know ZywOo brought into this round can catch you off guard.
Yeah, just 1 kill. He'll be happy with that weapon, but you're absolutely right. Oscar will be tagged at the start there. 2 players in towards the arch. Bomb down at the T step. So they're going to get that mid control and just confirm there's no Funny business going on this side of the map. Recover the bomb. And actually, the B side is completely open right now. Zywo is rotating over. Remember, he's got the MAC-10, no armor. He has got a smoke still. Yeah, so we'll be smoking towards library. RPK. Easy 50, no armor.
He should be deleted. Actually, back's turned from 3 of them, and that enables him to make the no armor MAC-10 connect. Lau's gone. Quick response, though. Aim punch and finished by Issa. Good to wrap into B. The bomb's still a little hesitant and makes sense. Just want to clear it out, head through construction. I think that's what they're going to do. And now the CTs are on the rotate. It's got a majority coming from Banana. If he can get this frag, and no, Oscar gets all that information for free. That would have shut down so much. The bomb, the AK, but instead, Nuki, he managed to take 2 before Apex silences him, and now just NBK with a scavenged AK will look to keep it and to pull it into round 4.
Well, there it is.
Not
the
bad.
3-0 start on the T side here for HellRaisers. Excellent work. This is their map pick. Vitality need to bounce back here, but nice money for Zywigs. He's got $4,000 right now. He's going to more than enough for the AWP going forward.
He didn't fall into that trap of buying armor with that MAC-10.
No, he did not, and he got a kill with it as well. So it all works out. 3 players survived, though, however, and 2 of those have MAC-10. So not out of the woods just yet. We'll be interested to see how many Vitality players opt for helmets here, considering they know the MAC-10s are out. We're seeing a lot more helmets in today's game, just for this fact alone, because the MAC-10 becomes even more delicious as MBK will be dropped. That would have helped out massively, taking that rifle over. Not going to happen.
Instead, it's going to benefit HellRaisers. They have time to grab it. Upgrade one of their SMGs, and so we continue. The conversion off the pistol, complete. But it's time to see what Vitality can do. How much pressure can they put on once the weapons are in their grasp? A lot of people want to see more from Zywu. In his time here in Berlin.
They've come to the right place.
Yeah. 3 FAMAS. And that all for Zywu. Looks like a 3-2 split. They're actually going to be throwing a great deal of utility. It's NBK to start trying to support B. Apex is there alongside him. But no damage really done. HellRaisers, they managed to contest this at least a little bit. Nuki on logs. Nuki gets
goodness.
2. NBK and Apex, they both had their heads chopped off.
That's really well played from Nuki. We'll see if he can continue this now. Alex still has a chance to bring this one back, but another frag on the other side of the map. Zywo goes down. In-game leader now to defend B. Great work. That's going to be the hat-trick now. RPK detected towards the A side of the map, and that's going to mean they're hard-tailed towards the B bomb site. He'll recover the AK-47, but even with a full array of utility, I'm not sure he can do much of this at all. RPK just looking for some self-preservation at this point. But that's going to be 4-0, Alex. They are running away with this one. 3 players survive again. That money's getting nice and strong.
This was Vitality's chance to just quickly, you know, silence any momentum that HellRaisers was starting to build. Instead, very big performance from Nuki. He was given, I mean, an opportunity, and well, he seized it. So did RPK, though. Oscar presents his head, and now an AWP upgrade for him to try and save into the next. Oh, Nuki's not done. Finds himself in library, takes the AWP away.
That's so wild. He just hits 2 crazy. I hope you get to see that from his POV in the replay, because we saw it from the CTs receiving it. Let's see how it actually went down. Nice shot. He continued the spray there. The whole time? Connects the headshot, and then takes down the player towards spawn as well. Then towards the A site. That is really, really nice.
He's 7-1 into round 5. Very nice to see the stars warming up for HellRaisers. That's a positive sign.
Speaking of stars, Zywo's on the MP9. There's 4 rifles out here, so it's a little bit worrying for Vitality, but they're a tenacious team. These are the sort of rounds they can win. Apex trying to get it done towards the B side now. Going for the full spray. Nice damage done. A few more bullets will do it. He does finally connect and get that opening pick. They desperately needed that, Alex. They've got no kits here. Opening kill, especially against Nuki, who did such tremendous work in the previous round, is going to pay dividends. We'll see if Lau can answer back here. He works towards the apartments. Here's the smoke that strips out towards the hay bales here. Allows him to get a bit of access. RPK looking to respond.
It's a powerful smoke.
It really is.
Molotov and smoke in response. It's just rinse, repeat. Default now for the pit player. Enables him to play around it. He can even cast his eyes towards short if he chooses to. NBK, you can see he's just starting to look for information on that banana. With 50 seconds left, they have rotated in towards A, just that solo B player. Somewhat of an off angle for ZywOo. He's going to try and push on this. He's going to try and get one and done, maybe even two if he's lucky. That's a great start, and he gets away with it. Now he can look towards the balcony. RPK is there to support him from low pit. Oscar tagged up, not fragged up though. Oscar's so damn low, and he's all alone now. Just a question of time. ZywOo might want to get this with the SMG. He does so. That's a double for him. 3 in total.
Wow. Looks like the star player can perform with the SMG after all. Not a problem for ZywOo as he manages to get 3 in total. The opening pick coming in courtesy of Apex there. They had to operate in a more aggressive manner. They didn't have the AWP or kits or a full range of utilities. So pushing down towards Banana has led them to this situation. They get their first round and 3 AK-47s. Now ZywOo has upgraded massively. He won't have the sniper rifle, but he does have one-tap potential. He's not a one-trick pony. He can use everything. They've got all the grenades they need now. Is this a chance of Vitality to start getting back into this one?
Yes, it is. Nuki with a smoke in hand in case the Molotov does arrive. And then enables him to close that gap should he desire. Needs to land on his nose, down to 56. So this has definitely been his protocol, definitely been his MO so far here in Inferno. Take the apartment's control, he even did so on the pistol. Now, with the full buy.
Yeah.
Clears it out. They do the same for Banana, getting Nuki up there. Now, that's a little unusual.
All very quiet right now. We're under the 1 minute mark and 5 players triangulating around the B bomb site. They still have 2 smokes. Flashbangs, they can Molotov towards Emo as well, and first oranges are required. Apex will drop another smoke down. Yeah. It's a nice time for it to come as well. You're going to apply lots of pressure. That's to be at least another 10 seconds before they can even consider throwing their grenades. So at that point, you can see it'll be well under 30 seconds. Alex in a prime position. We've seen this a lot this tournament. Always good for 1 kill. And ZywOo right is there.
That will only be 3 to defend. Look at the perfect timing. Just as the smokes arrive, so does ZywOo. Flashes in response. They're looking to commit to this one. Apex looks for the information. He didn't catch anything as he disappears back into the smoke. Alex is boosted up. It's traded. Angel swinging into the site now. 4 versus 4, but Apex looks to swing. It's huge amount of damage. My goodness. A bit of a team kill as well. HellRaisers, they're so damn low. Lau doesn't really get phased by that. This is trying to punch in the digits. He realizes he's so low. He's going to have to swing. How does he hit that? Manages to evade the spray from ZywOo and goes wide for the frag. Just 8 points of health and still gets it.
Well, there we have it. It was enough to get them off the plan. I don't think they realized how low the clock was. As soon as he got off that, there was nothing left. And there it is. Low HP, lots of frantic exchanges upon the commitment towards the B bomb site. And it will be Vitality winning by virtue of the clock. Frag leaders so far. That can't... Oh, sorry. I was looking at the 2 and the 4. It's 6 and 7. And it will be RPK with 6 and Nuki with 7. He's had some great performances.
Did you see how many letters are in Nuki's name?
I know.
My God.
There's a lot going on there. Well, HellRaisers, they will start to be whittled down here, Alex. Deagles and Mag-10s, but 2 AKs.
Okay. Somewhat higgledy-biggledy. But the AKs on Issa and Oscar both can put their team on their back. And they're going to have to for round 7. First map, last series of day 3 here.
So the general setup right now. MBK alone towards the B bomb site. He's got the AUG. Don't see that too much on Inferno, actually. He'll be using that towards the barrels, makes sense. And throwing a flashbang down for now just so he can peek over. Meanwhile, HellRaisers working towards middle. Remember, they don't really have much here, so trying to just gain some control towards middle, see what they can do with it. They can fall back towards B. That would actually be pretty prime at this point, considering MBK's situation, but he still has a smoke. 50 seconds on the clock as well. He won't throw that until he detects a serious threat on the other side, and now he's just thrown it in. That hopefully funnels him into this 4-man stack towards middle.
Let's see, so far so good. Alex's smoke's about to clear. Yeah, the nades coming in. ZywOo's going to be the first contact, and now RPK looking to smoke himself off in pit, ready for the contact, and already the bomb's loose in pit. That's a big problem. Nuki going down so early, untraded. Finally, Oscar fills the kill feed with that AK. We said he was a huge factor. 2 AKs, Issa and Oscar. Angel's the one to take the contact. His deagle was so good the last time we watched him play. And it's so good this time, and HellRaisers, they're doing it. It was a bit of a messy buy, but Vitality, they're just crumbling.
All the time again, Alex. They haven't got the bomb. Run.
Where is it?
Run, MBK, run!
Where is it?
It was down on the side. There was
Oh.
5 seconds remaining as well. He could have got out of there. I don't think he realized again.
We saw Nuki drop it. It was
Wow.
awkward in mini pit
Yeah.
for sure.
If he'd have just knifed out and got away there, I dare say he just wins it. They weren't actually aware how low the clock was. Let's have a look now. So, will we see how
24,
low it got?
23.
So it's now at 10 seconds, not out of the apartments yet, right? And then the bomb got dropped after that.
Yeah.
They didn't even have it when they killed MBK. They hadn't even recovered yet.
Huge win for HellRaisers, though. That's going to break Vitality.
Yeah, it really is. That's a big round. So they came in, with a single rifle and some pistols there, and managed to make it work. That's a force buy and a half, and one that breaks the back of Vitality as well. They'll be on an eco themselves, barely even a partial bite. They have no armor, P250s, and a few flashbangs. They're going to flash middle, though, and pounce with it. You can see them actually getting ready, posturing towards that position. They're all very close to the mouth of middle. It's just jumping up and seeing if anyone's on the other side there. They're keeping their range. Oscar's in a prime position if they do try and strike towards middle.
Molotov into Boiler. Zywoo has been put up on towards that ledge. I mean, it's the perfect place for a CZ. You're not expecting some pre-fires from the T's there, but with such limited weaponry, this should just be HellRaisers' 6th. See if the French can say anything about that. And BK trying to pull them in, trying to bait them into Zywoo. Already, it's gone fantastically. Oscar's doing some of the Vitality work for them. Apex started it, but Oscar clips the head of Nuki. Losing one. Now Alex, yeah, he's got the arm, he's got the deagle, but he's got 4 to find. Bomb's not down, admittedly, and can back away after firing off those shots. Oscar will ensure that bomb is planted, and it looks like Alex is going to try and scarper away to keep hold of that Kevlar.
Yeah, not really many other options to him there. They didn't force into that one, but still not really much done. A bit of damage to Issa and Angel, and they had the 4-man stack towards mid, but well handled by Angels. Gets 3 kills in total. And Alex just holding on to the Kevlar. They'll be buying up next round, so he might as well. It's going to save him $650, and we get a bonus deagle and smoke as well.
What aren't we seeing from Vitality's CT side so far? Admittedly, you know, we have had a couple of sketchy buys from them because of the way HellRaisers have managed to win these 5. But what aren't you getting?
They just don't look comfortable right now. They look quite cagey. Like, we're seeing a lot of panic in certain scenarios, and they're allowing a lot of control from HellRaisers. They're getting mid-control every single time. They're getting mid-control.
Up brackets.
The classic and most default way to play the map is aim for mid-control, get that, push the CDs back, then you go back to Banana and execute when they have no information they can't possibly call for transitional players. So I want to see Vitality look a bit more up for it. They should be confident in their own ability. The way they've played this year and the manpower they have available to them, they should be like running around the map looking confident, like they're heads and shoulders above a team like HellRaisers, right? We're just not seeing that right now. They look quite cagey compared to their usual selves, and I've seen that throughout this event, like opening things up on Dust 2 against Simon Gaming, they lost 16-8, right? That is I didn't recognize that team. They just looked like there was too much pressure on their shoulders, and considering the year they've had already, you wouldn't expect them to necessarily be in the challenger stage, but here they are, and not necessarily showing their best selves.
I think it's perhaps even that conversation that we've had time and time again. That was the Oscar's execution of his teammate, trying to sneak a bullet past Nuki's ear. Didn't quite get that one right. But the point I was trying to make is that the playing not to lose and playing to win is such an interesting conversation. And I can't help but feel when you come in as, and this is new territory for Vitality, I will reiterate, this is a whole new world for them, being #2 in the world, currently ranked by HLTV.org, but also just being expected to glide through this stage. Then every opponent they've met so far, you know, the likes of Simon Gaming, Dream Eaters, these aren't we could win, these are we must win, we should win. And I think that could definitely play into their mindset, especially when the rounds start going against them.
We saw in the pre-game video that even Angel is aware that he's got nothing to lose here. Really. Everyone's expecting Vitality to win. He knows they're mentally weak at this point, and he's going to try and capitalize upon that. Like every time he can win a Mac 10 round or anything with pistols, he's going to make sure he rubs it in. And we're getting into a full commitment towards B. Apex is just about working out, and that spray didn't look like it was going to be handled, but now it's 2 more players on towards that B side. Do HellRaisers want to commit to this one? It's looking quite good for Vitality now. Zywoo still alive and kicking. He's waiting for his opportunity for players to commit towards the side itself. There's already a player towards Garden. RPK seems to be aware, pre-fires that position, and now we have a 4 versus 1. Much better stuff for Vitality. Actually had 3 players there ready and waiting as Alex looks finishing it off. It maybe is a little bit aggressive, but still, they've got the bomb down. Still 3 players waiting.
Definitely gave Lal the chance. And RPK does too. Could be a problem. Zywoo forced off. The bomb straight in front of him. And Wow, by taking that fight, Alex pushing the Molotov. This has gone from a guaranteed 4 versus 1 to a chance. It's a very small one, and MBK ensures it doesn't get too awry and find the third for Vitality. Warming up, doing their stretches. It could be a long stretch ahead of them, actually. I mean, let's not forget, we do have the vetoes came in. We do get to see overpass if we get to 3. Mirage is a second.
Certainly possible. No one's really convinced me right now that it's 2 zeros on the cards, but this is the pick of HellRaisers. Vitality, they sometimes are slow burners, and we'll see if they can bounce back here. They do have the AWP on ZywOo once again after winning the previous round. It's 6-3. Early days still, I suppose. Vitality can come back and win 9-6 still, but it's not looking great so far. HellRaisers had a pretty successful campaign already. Apex aggressive again this one. Still looks difficult, but he's actually managing to make this work now. The last few situations, it looked like he was out of luck, but he makes it work just in the nick of time in the final bullet there. He will fall back, even though he's down to 11 HP. He starts the AK and can rotate back towards the A site, leaving ZywOo in position.
So ZywOo actually just flashed him in, let him go aggressive, get that frag, admittedly a very ballsy spray from Apex through that smoke, committing to it wholeheartedly. That's part of the reason why he's still breathing, but also 10 HP. Now they can leave after that dent made. ZywOo, I think he's going to self-boost up onto that wall. He just saw a strafe off the minimap. Get himself on the half wall. Very powerful angle to be pushed off. Yep. Powerful for a multitude of different reasons, not only an off angle, but also a very tight line towards the stairs, easy to fall off of. You just hit S, just like that, and it's almost impossible to catch you as you retreat safely into the site. It's all about the timing. ZywOo was chosen to fall off, and HellRaisers, they're on their way. Tags up here, sir.
All right, then. Well, now they know ZywOo's on this side of the map. Dare they go in. They have a couple of smokes being deployed. The Molotov can go towards new boxes as well. ZywOo positions himself towards Emo. He'll be safe there from the utility as he hits yet another shot. That's Nuki going down. 5 versus 3 now. He's going to hit every single one of these. It feels like Oscar hoping there'll be another opportunity to trade out with him, but he bides his time. 15 seconds remaining, Alex. They might as well just save at this stage.
Yeah, lovely work from ZywOo. You can see that transitional AWPing. It just goes from wall to take one shot through the wall, to Emo, to crossing to pillar, to new box. He's constantly just flowing.
Yeah, that's how the best AWPer should be doing it. As soon as you get a kill, you're holding a more defensive line. You're just going back towards the bomb sites. It's more of a kind of process than it is trying to just jump out and get every single kill.
By going from Emo to new box as well, but after taking that first shot, if they want to trade, they have to swing wider into the site to find him. I mean, it's actually very well thought through. Love it.
Yeah, he'll always have the advantage. He's got to watch one angle. They've got to come in and check 6 or 7 upon arrival, especially when they don't have all the utility. If they had everything, they could Molotov, new boxes, first oranges, even Emo, then is focused towards the actual bomb site itself, but they just didn't have that. They had a couple of smokes, and we are going to see a full investment here. This is classic Oscar at this point. Boys, I'll get the AWP out. You get some pistols. Let's see what we can do. Let's have a party.
I mean, Angel's Deagle, I remember the crazy things he was doing with it.
The unspeakable things.
He just, I mean, I'm almost certain he could single-handedly take Banana with that Deagle on day 1 of the Major. Let's see if it's as CZ is equally as warm. Quite an early smoke. Didn't look like it got the full gap. Got 3 AKs on that CT side. Vitality, they could really start to build into this CT side with that. Should they have a couple of clean ones, though, and that hasn't been the case for them so far here in Berlin. Clean, not a word you'd use to describe their victories or failures so far.
A little bit dirty, was it?
Yeah, it's been dirty.
Well, for now, that mid-control once again. Once more, Vitality just happy to sit right back there. It's absolutely fine. They know the money is going to be wounded on the HellRaisers side. You can see 3 pistols there, and Oscar, if you don't give him any opportunities, he can't really light you all up. He'll be on towards that B side of the map.
Makes the AWP known.
Indeed.
MBK about to be tested on long. The smoke will arrive. Angel's Deagle rattling off a couple of warning shots, but they look to accelerate. Straight towards the arch they go. ZywOo catches one dipping in towards Boiler, and he realizes that this could be quite the scary
Oh.
Factor, the nade lands, the flash does too. He's keeping him at bay. RPK can support, and now he has to. One towards the balcony, and oh, good tap from RPK. ZywOo's there to back him up with a P250. Oscar's AWP, it's close quarters, and it's a start. Looking for a second one towards NBK, but Grey Screen does reposition. He had a shot. Couldn't quite pull the trigger before NBK gets the best of him, 5-6.
There was a moment there where I thought Oscar is just about a quick scope. NBK's
I had a
to
tingle.
oblivion, and then it's going to all fall apart for them. But NBK shuts him down before he has a chance to reset and get ready for the second shot. But there it is. It's going to be Vitality pulling yet another round back, looking to tie things up here. It's 6-6. Should be happening considering the financial status of HellRaisers here. They're going to bring out Deagles, no armor, pretty much a full eco here with no utility purchase. But these guys are dastardly with those Deagles. We'll see if HellRaisers can light up a few players towards them. This is where the shot normally comes in. Ridiculous one Deags towards the top of Banana and from the underpass towards top of middle. But the Incendiary will hold them back for now. ZywOo looking towards middle, but doesn't necessarily want to be in that position. This is kind of angle where you could lose the orb and they can pick it up and snowball with it.
Yeah, and you can see that they just rotate the players in to fill that void. He'll be now responsible for long, safe and sound in library. Also enables him to be the first port of call should he need to be backing up on B. Unlikely given HellRaisers buy, just 3 Deagles distributed to the harder hitters. Those that had the funds. ZywOo, hard shot to hit, but all eyes on him. Enables Apex to start spraying. Only the one. Now an AK Nuki could get caught out. Great work from ZywOo to stabilize. And now the round should be Vitality. He's looking for that equalizer. Still, 6 rounds on the T side, making Vitality sweat. HellRaisers, they've come to play.
Yeah, they really have. This is already acceptable. 6 rounds, that's perfectly fine in a T-side campaign. And indeed, it's going to be the final kill coming in as Issa gets dropped by RPK there. They have 4 players surviving, so their money's starting to really stabilize at this point. Always had slow starts, Vitality, like I'll say that much. It always takes them a while to get into a map, and that is one of their biggest problems. We talk about their issues generally being losing to pistols.
Yeah, or winning pistol rounds was another one.
Winning pistol rounds is normally coming back to bite them in the arse most of the times. They'll always lose that second round against the force buy. Everyone's force buys against them now because they know they can't necessarily handle it.
Which is kind of ironic given the fact that there's a French flag by their name. It used to be the force by royalty in Counter-Strike.
Yeah, the CZs and Tech-9s back in the day.
My goodness, yeah. I'm getting flashbacks. Counter-Strike analysts just pulling out their hair.
No one can really explain what's happened here. It's Tech-9 rushes, getting all the kills, no problem. 3 players towards B though. Those grenades look juicy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
big chunk.
Damage.
Apex, are you okay? Apex behind 2 of them. He's going to line them up and knock them down. That's huge work. Alex's flash enabled that.
As well.
The flash is there to enable Apex to get the steep smoke down. And just like that, B is no longer an option. 3 members still remain for HellRaisers. The round's far from over, but certainly with now a mountain to overcome. No damage done, no information, no access to Banana. HellRaisers, they're going to have to pull something quite magical out if they want to find the 7th here.
Well, Oscar's still alive and kicking. He's got the AK-47 this time. Topping towards the arch side. He's already thrown a smoke on top of the library area. Now, same smoke we saw before. Trying to give himself a bit of wiggle room towards the balcony position. And Issa pre-firing towards the graveyard. They have tagged up RPK, but that's about it. They have 1 smoke remaining and 35 seconds. The clock has been a bit of a thorn in their side overall. Issa is not a name I've said too much of so far in this first half.
He's been taking apps control slowly, lingering around there, but yeah, not too much to write home about because of Vitality's passive take. I mean, they don't really contest. Here they come the nades though. Molotov's going to force RPK towards mini pit. Alex with the crossfire established with the tank. And here comes the steps, here comes the frags. Issa just gets the 1 before Lau's there to trade, and that's enough. The double A's, and it is powerful. Alex and Apex find themselves the 7th.
Double A batteries, is that what you're going for?
Yeah, you see powerful? That was
it's good.
Thanks, man.
That's at the line of the tournament.
Thanks. Really just squandered that one.
Wow. Well then, that was pretty strong towards the end there. Money not an issue now for Vitality at this stage. Yeah, it was a very cool play. I've seen them attempt that a few times this tournament. That's what I was looking for. You asked me earlier on, what aren't we seeing? We're not seeing their usual characteristics, which are taking advantages when they've got momentum, they're feeling it, they're actually hitting their shots. Apex loves those sort of plays. Sometimes he's too aggressive. We just didn't see that for the first 6 rounds or so. They were almost too cagey, but now starting to get on their feet. They force HellRaisers down to another partial buy here. Deagles, CZs, and the like. So with the maximum loss bonus at this stage, they can definitely afford a bit more bits and pieces with the smokes and flashes, and they'll still be able to buy next round of $3,400 coming in.
Pushed up down banana as well, deep smoke. No one was there to contest early from HellRaisers. And Vitality quick to seize that very tight line held by ZywOo. With the smoke coming in, it's going to be a double nade, I believe. Yep, didn't quite catch him. I like the thought process, though. HellRaisers now taking that bracket's control. They haven't committed. The bomb's still loose by bench. I can't help but feel they're about to try and challenge towards the double A's. Let's have a look. Alex did get flashed off. They're not waiting for Apex. Yeah, they will check the corner. That's going to be a rifle, but that's also a chance. Now all in towards Alex. He throws the smoke. He realizes he hasn't got time to find a close corner. He's eating the flash. He's surely gone for... What on earth? He's allowed to get one, but that's still fantastic for HellRaisers. A second rifle as well. Can they get the bomb plant, though?
I dare say they can. That smoke down. And ZywOo just the AWP. Oh! How has he got that? Just so perfect.
I mean, didn't look like he had a smoke, didn't look like he had a wall. Still not going to be able to do the second. Oscar repositions to a safer angle. Will get that bomb down. Now an afterplant. HellRaisers, they've got a bit of a broken system. It's a pistol and low HP for one. They have the Kevlar and they have the rifle on Issa. A boost, perhaps. Where's ZywOo coming from? Yeah, he's already towards construction.
They've made so much noise in this boost, but it doesn't seem to matter too much. Lalbo will get one in return, but he has such low HP. Doesn't seem to be a problem in the end. Yes, these rounds are getting close, but we have round number 15 coming up next, Alex. So as long as Vitality win, they still have plenty of cash to make the next round a possibility. So AK-47 picked up, AWP as well, and HellRaisers looking to bring things back in the final round to get the 8-7 scoreline. I remember saying a while ago, they could still come back and 9-6 this. They're actually on track to do so.
Yeah, I mean, it was 6-2 in favor of HellRaisers. Now we find ourselves at 8-6.
I can't believe ZywOo hit that shot, denied the initial plant.
Yeah,
Hadn't he have done that, that could have been a different round altogether. But he denies the plant, buys an extra 6 seconds before the bomb goes down, and his teammates arrive at the scene of the crime, shut it down, and we're into the final round of the first half of the first map of this best of 3 on day 3.
Beautifully done.
You like that?
Yeah.
Been practicing that one.
Yeah, that was beautifully delivered. Now, they are going for a boost. You pull that out once a half. They do so on the last round of their defensive half. Vitality in pursuit of 9. Before the responsibility of attacking is theirs. Smoke on the molly. He's jumping through. Angel, this is audacious. RPK is going to greet him with a smile and a spray, and all of them starting to melt. HellRaisers have only got 2 men left with still 90 seconds on the clock. It's gone terribly. Oscar tagged up and sent packing. Trying to find an element of surprise. NBK is going to swing out on that and say thank you. 9-6 will be the half as Vitality, they overcome a fantastic start from HellRaisers.
Yeah, really enjoyed that from Vitality. Didn't look their usual selves at the beginning of the half, but they've pulled it right back and starting to show some of their characteristics and traits. We will take a quick break and be back with the second half momentarily.
(9-6) on the half. Vitality, they managed to stabilize somewhat on their CT side up against HellRaisers. The first map is Inferno. It's where HellRaisers chose to take it. Let's see what their defense can show for it. I'm Machine, and I'm joined by Henry G. It is day 3, and just a reminder of how this last round did conclude. It was quite an all-in maneuver from HellRaisers. They tried to push through the mid-smoke that had arrived from the CTs and NBK and RPK, and absolutely no worries. Let's see how the second half does shape up.
I can't wait. I'm interested to see if Vitality continue the success they found towards the tail end of that first half. We'll have a look at the buys and see if we can work out where they'll be heading. They've got 2 smokes and a Molotov. Suggests it could be a B finish of the 2 smokes, but it's not certain, that's for sure. They'll be running a bit of a default for now, just holding up and seeing if there's any aggression with the CTs, as RPK will be waiting for the challenge from Nuki, who's actually playing towards the B side as well, and it's Issa that will take Apex out of the equation before Nuki even has a chance.
Great connection. Now lost a lot of health early. Alex has managed to find an equalizer onto Oscar towards the apartments area, towards Boiler. Now Zai was looking to hunt. Issa made his whereabouts known, but from Graveyard he adjusts. Early damage from Apex has made it easy for Zaiwu and easy for Vitality. Double digits, that's the pistol. We did see, of course, the HellRaisers boys win their side, their T-side pistol, and Vitality have responded in kind.
There it is, double digits. For the French boys, Zaiwu somehow gets his kill in towards the graveyard there. Lau, he was low HP, sure, but he was given a good 3 seconds there to connect the shot. There was a lot of movement, and as we've been saying for the tournament, getting shots in the back of the head with the USP, especially when they're moving, can be a little bit problematic. Here it comes 5 SMGs, Alex. What do you make of that?
Well, I mean, typically there is often a kind of a contingency rifle involved in the buy. Perhaps it's
this
indicative.
makes me uncomfortable. I'm a bit anxious even looking at this setup.
Perhaps it's indicative of a need for utility for this call. We'll see. Warning shots being rattled into the smoke thrown out by the CT on B. It was not Lowell, actually. He still got his.
Yeah, but he is alone. But you're right. He has an incendiary as well, so he's just hoping that he can slow them down as long as possible here. He can buy himself up to 20 seconds plus. If he does start deploying it when they commit. 50 seconds on the clock now. So, you want them to group up as a 5-man unit here. You don't necessarily want to see anyone running in by themselves, especially when you've got 5 SMGs. You don't necessarily have the power behind these weapons. You want to get stuck in with a few basic smokes, trade out the kills. We'll see if that's going to be working out here. Flashbang out from Zaiwu towards Quad. His teammates looking towards the arch side. And I just want to see a death ball going in together. But Oscar, he can be
getting nervous, Henry.
Eagle.
25 seconds. They start to push towards Angel. If he can take a couple down, that's the bomb loose. They will recover it, and perhaps they start their charge towards B. Lau's already rotated in, and they do, straight towards Speedway, and they have to do it fast. 15 seconds. Lau, could he hit a destabilizing dink in the back of the head? It's not looking great. NBK managed to turn around in time with the MP5.
Yeah, and CZ is a fantastic weapon, but not necessarily that of range. Mac-10's getting it done. Now, what's happened there?
Well, I have no idea, Henry. We'll have to see that one in the replay, but great work from Nuki. Long-range Mac-10s, taking a leaf out of the Amanek playbook, and this is big from HellRaisers. Issa's connecting. RPK took a little too long with that one. They know exactly where he is, and the damage was done. Nuki adjusted. Issa on towards the bomb now. Trying to draw him off it, and manages to do just that. Low health and converts. Surely RPK can play the time here, and he does.
He won't have a kit.
No
RPK
kit.
will be aware of that. Oh, RPK.
What is he? Trying to draw him out, gets around the corner just in time. This is such an interesting 1 versus 1. Now he's recovered the kit. RPK can swing, and Issa's taking his time with that one. Oh my God, why are my palms so sweaty? That should have been such a gorgeous game of Counter-Strike.
This is what you get with Vitality. I think that's the first, second round they've converted as a round of applause for everyone. I'm joking, of course, but that was like so tense. But that's a force buy. Like today's game is understandable. Like it's not as easy as it used to be. Like everyone's got so good at playing Inferno with the Desert Eagles and the smokes. You can see the great shots that HellRaisers were connecting there. And it comes right down to the wire. RPK in a 3 versus 1, just to note that. And they did have a kit right at the end, so he had to swing out on like 10 HP. He made that work. That's a fantastic round from him, and HellRaisers tantalizingly close. I'll be frustrated with that one, as we will see now just some pistols. P250s, Desert Eagle for Issa, and a chance for Vitality to go up 12-6 here. Damage done, though. Never out of the woods when a couple of Deagles are out. We'll see if RPK and his map control is enough to shut down this B bomb site. We have 2 players waiting on the other side. That's Lyle towards CD Spawn and Angel on the side. They do have a smoke. There's always a chance here.
RPK, 18 frags. You saw he's highlighted there. And wow, pushing through the smoke. They want to do damage. They want to just get ahead of this pace, ahead of the smoke. Good spray, but not good enough. Lyle does go down. And so does that bomb. One close, though, could contest. Apex could put some bullets through that smoke and does so. Nothing connecting just yet. HellRaisers, they are not really equipped for this retake. Just want to try and take any fight that they can be given by the CTs. For now, the smoke's still plumed, and we back away.
Well, there we have it. 3-0 conversion for Vitality, just what they needed after a bumpy start in the first half. They were, what, 6-2 down, and managed to pull it all the way back to 9-6, and a fantastic start here on their T side. Remember, this is the pick of HellRaisers as well, so they can keep this up. They're on to something quite great here. 3-0 confirmed, but the full buy for HellRaisers coming out next. They'll be able to bring out Oscar's AWP. That's obviously where they'll be aiming towards.
10 rounds in a row from Vitality.
Yeah, that's a good point.
10 rounds in a row.
Been some tense ones as well.
Very, very tense. It's been great. See, ZywOo has having no issues with that MAC-10 as he continues to pocket all of the money. There's no better player to have all that additional funds for the grand scheme of this game, this map here on Inferno. HellRaisers' choice. So let's see now the full buys in, if they can justify it. No interest from Vitality in an early banana presence, and understandably so. There's somewhat of a nuke being thrown from the CTs into that early banana. Instead, quite the early presence, posturing through apps, and relatively quick at this, 90 seconds, and they're already considering some contact. Molotov thrown beneath Issa. Look at this angle. They're not going to be ready for that. Alex descends from the heavens, and now so does Issa. Drops off the balcony to support, and he's doing a fantastic job. HellRaisers, they're not ready for another. ZywOo's double. He's come out with a triple to open up the A site now. And RPK's positioning is rewarded. Angel shut down, just Lau.
What a fantastic recovery from ZywOo.
Saved him.
It looked so good for HellRaisers. They had everything. But ZywOo still alive and kicking. He turns around on its head, and wow, left with such a difficult prospect. No kit, and ZywOo just challenging everything, it seems. He gets 4 in total. That's going to be 13-6. Money is sent down to the doldrums once again. Nuki's not even thinking about it. Before freeze time even started, he had a FAMAS in his hand. Straight in there.
He knows what he wants.
Purchase. His teammates haven't bought yet. He just went straight in the auto bike key. Just smashed it down with the FAMAS armor.
ZywOo.
So his teammates aren't even buying here, so he might have jumped the gun a little bit.
Quite literally.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I like it.
I didn't really, but it does work.
It certainly does. 13. They're running out of chances now for HellRaisers. We said they had to prove themselves from the 4 buy in the round prior. Now having to work with this. Oh, this could be an opportunity, though, for Oscar to give his team a step in the right direction. Doesn't work out. Aggression in apps. NBK meets him with the headshot. Making plenty of noise up towards the brackets. Nuki's going to be able to hear that, especially with his ear close to that wall. There is a somewhat of a split now coming in from Vitality.
Well, they've got the full control again. This is
Nice
looking
patience.
so good for them. They've got mid control. They've managed to get a couple of kills there. They've lost one in return, but ZywOo makes up for that. It really is operating like a one-man army at this stage. B is open, and I think the fact they've received one of those kills towards the A side, they might as well just go in together. CT starting to realize it. The race is on. RPK will be leading the charge. He's smoking towards spawn and wait for his teammates to join him, and in they go. ZywOo, no HP. But I'm not sure the CTs can even do much with this. They might as well just save what they have, right? Because they can actually get that FAMAS. They've already got armor, and they've got an AK-47. Much better than just going in and dying.
Yeah, certainly. You've got to play for that grand scheme.
And a Krieg found, so that's great. That's much better. Now they're going to have everything they need the next round. Like we saw in the game before, Inferno is never over. As long as you just can get the gun round out, win a couple of rounds in a row, this is their pick. They can still come to life here, and hopefully ZywOo doesn't get a quad kill against them. They can certainly pull this one back. Inferno has had some absolutely monstrous comebacks, even just this year, if you wanted to look at that. So it's never over. And Vitality at this tournament aren't necessarily known as closers. So
sure, but I mean, for an 11-round streak,
yeah,
they really have been killing it after that early deficit.
If they were 6-2 down and come back and win 16-6.
Yeah. I mean, it's fast becoming a reality, Henry. It is fast becoming a reality. The CT side did start to really hit their stride, and now into the attack. The buy will be fine for both sides, and HellRaisers, they've got 2 chances.
Well, there's the inversion so far. You can see the 2 blue dots on the right of the screen. That's the HellRaisers playing Surviving the previous round. So they managed to get AK and a Creek. That saves them some money. Money not really the biggest problem they have right now. They've got to focus on just winning these rounds as cleanly as possible. As we'll see a double grenade down towards the bottom of middle. RPK to Nuki. Okay, this is him done for.
Fully flashed. He walks in and Zywoo takes them both down just like that.
Brutal.
28 frags from Zywoo. Certainly has awoken.
That's insane. I'm interested to see whether they flashed that preemptively, knowing there was a possibility, because it was absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
He couldn't have been more blind.
And he certainly
fully
couldn't see it
committed in
coming.
second middle. He's just like, you might as well kill me, guys.
It's
I'm
a death
done.
sentence, isn't it?
I'm
yeah.
out.
Hands off the mouse and keyboard. All right, full
I'm
blind. I'm in second mid. The round has just started.
Oh, Zywoo's killing everyone.
Fair play. The double kill as well. No chance for a trade because Angel goes down immediately after.
Well, Oscar can bring this back, believe it or not, because that'll be a little bit... Oh.
Oh.
That's the kind of shot you'd imagine he hits.
He's actually willing to take another chance, and actually it works out perfectly. RPK goes down, he still stands. He does not want to forego this. He wants to take those free fights he's been given. Apex does fall. Oscar, though, having to cower in the sandbags. The Molotov isn't touching him. He could try and get another. You said Oscar could save the day, and he has. Makes it doable. It's a 2 versus 2. The smoke will arrive on CT, as will Issa towards B.
I'm not so sure that's Oscar saving the day or Vitality just... When he misses that first shot, I'm like, that's Oscar. Let's get the hell out of here. Like, he's missed a shot. That's a blessing. Let's not give him any other shots. Like, we know he's there. There's 1 player left. Let's just go out of here. Let's go towards A. But either way, they should still be fine. Issa doesn't look completely comfortable. The Molotov behind him, he was pretty much screwed there. So there it is, MBK. He'll be chiming in as well. Zywoo with another 3 kills, Alex, just to note that.
The multi-kill rounds for him. I'm going to check the stats in a moment. First, I want to see what Lal can do with this 1v2. Nice reaction, but Zywoo continues to stabilize. Is that 4?
Yeah.
He's got himself a 30, round 20.
Yeah, that's so nuts.
My goodness.
30 kills and 8 deaths after 21 rounds of play.
If ever there was a time for the star of the show, here it is. Let's see this again.
He was seeing stars.
Yeah, he was. Zywoo's POV as well. They're all completely and perfectly flashed. He just had to go ahead and collect.
I didn't look who threw it at that point. I should have been paying more attention instead of making jokes. But there we go. I wanted to see who did the flash.
But as I was saying, yeah, if ever there was a time for Zywoo to truly find that star power, it's on the elimination game. One of these teams will have their major dreams crushed. 1 win, 2 losses.
This would be one of the craziest comebacks this tournament. 6-2 down.
6-2 down. 16-6.
And now this is the Vitality you want to see, right? This is the team that are considered the second best in the world. When they all play like this, which we haven't seen so far this tournament, I'll say that much. But when they're in this sort of mindset and Zywoo's just let off the leash, Apex is finding his confidence with his aggressive plays, his sprays are connecting. It's beautiful.
RPK and Zywoo have 50 frags between them. Like, that's nuts.
It's disgusting.
50 frags? I'm pretty sure that's almost not far from the grand total from HellRaisers.
Yeah. Okay, then. Bare bones utility on the CT side. Oscar's AWP is out and about. He is one of the top fraggers here. It's actually Issa at the very top with 14 and Oscar and Nuki with 12 apiece. No one's really dropped off on the HellRaisers side. They haven't necessarily done anything wrong. It's just Zywoo, unfortunately, has got to the godlike mode. He's not being knocked out in the challenger stage. He's making sure of that. He's like, you know what? Making sure we'll get through this one, boys. I'll drop a 30 bomb. We'll win 21 rounds, and we'll go from there.
Alex looking to make a leeway in towards B. He's actually flashed himself straight into the jaws of Oscar as he pushes towards CT. The pushes do continue. HellRaisers, they're looking to finally break this one. Not letting the dream run. And like this, it's perfect hold. Nice double kill. Issa and Nuki with the crossfire established on A. And HellRaisers, for the first time in, let me get this right, it was 6-2, 13.
Yeah.
13 rounds in a row from Vitality.
I feel like the damage has already been done at this point. Yes, they've stopped that streak. That's pretty much all they've done.
It's something.
It's something. You're right.
And they should likely to pick up this one actually as well. Take a look at Vitality. Just 1 round is all it took.
Problem is, when Vitality have this sort of buffer, even these sort of rounds are possible, you know? Deagle, armor, all the utility.
Do something naughty.
Yeah, you could just go to an Apps Rush or something like that. We'll see what they've got in mind.
They're actually sending an additional player for that utility early on B, perhaps anticipating something quick from Vitality. Oscar, that nade, I think, actually could do a great deal of damage. The Molotov's there as well. NBK's burning. Already they've lost Apex. Oscar to be tested. It plucks from RPK on the strafe. Great work as they hold this one down. Not just yet, they say. And so 15-8. HellRaisers, they have got 0 margin for error now if they want to even contest in the timeout called by Vitality. It's time for the chat.
The big chat.
Right, how do we close this out? No silliness. I'd just like to get this map done, and let's start talking about Mirage.
Which is their pick.
It's their choice.
If anything, well, remember they had that 15-0 lead as well earlier in the tournament. That's their map. They are more than comfortable on that one. So we'll see if that comes through. It's their first tactical pause of the game so far, and it's a good time to do it. The money, sure, they took a partial last round, but they maybe spent a bit too much. It's going to be more of the same, I think, in this round. So 15-8, maybe 15-9. Hopefully not double digits. That's normally a bit of a
warning sign.
Yeah, a breaking point for a lot of teams in terms of the old mental game. But Oscar, lovely sequence from him. If Mirage coming up next, even if they don't win this map, like he's a fantastic Mirage player. And when he was on Mouse Sports, he was one of the best on that map, especially working towards B on the T side of the AWP. So him getting warmed up, every round you let him get into that zone, it could be troublesome going forward.
Can't hold that line for too long. Has to be worried about second middle. Adjust accordingly. RBK, he's standing. Oh, wow, and fragging on Banana. There's a second on the sandbags. He still managed to get some damage done to Lau. Great work. With a little. Alex ensures that smoke is picked up from his fallen comrade. That's becoming a skill in itself, is finding those safe spots, knowing, identifying how the nade trajectories and the Molotovs.
Yeah, this is the one event I've really noticed that. These players seem much more in tune with the Molotovs on the floor right now. They know the exact spot they can stand in, not to take any damage, and they actually find themselves little sneaky angles they can hold when the CTs think they're clear. So yeah, I have definitely noticed that as well. It seems like it's a different sort of mindset. Instead of avoiding them at the play, get as close as you can without taking the damage.
Because, I mean, you can see over them, and it does obscure your enemy's view.
Well, yeah, the incandescence of the flames will actually provide a veil for you as well. If you can get that close, it's difficult to even spot the players behind.
Incandescence will provide a veil?
Yeah.
All right, Henry. Didn't realize it was Shakespeare month.
GCSE English right there.
Bloody hell.
Gotta be, so.
Nice, man. Me too. We have so much in common. We should hang out sometime.
Well, I'm busy this week, but I'll let you know.
Say I was your friend.
Colleague, sure, but...
Yeah, you know, we spent some time together, but... Yeah. Anyway, 15 seconds. They're running out of time. Actually, Nuki is getting caught by that Molotov. Nice work from Lau. Wow. He's going to fall to the Molotov. 9 seconds, and Vitality now have the site. They have weapons, and they have that bomb down in time. Of course it would be with weapons like that they break into the site. Oscar and Issa on the retake. Will this really be how it ends for HellRaisers on the first map?
I think it might be, Alex. You got Oscar coming in from the ruins here with the AWP. Issa with the AK-47. They have got kits, but no targets to hit. Oscar going to have to check absolutely everything. Does he detect Alex? I think he spotted him. He'll get the kill first. Nice. Zywoo gets his teammate here. 2 no-scopes required. Not going to happen. There it is, 16-8. Vitality was 6-2 down, and they absolutely run over HellRaisers in the second half. That bodes well. That looks much better for Vitality. Not only was that opponent's map pick, they were down in the deficit. They didn't crumble. They didn't have to take a lot of pauses. They just waited for their opportunities to come in on the CT side. They got it back together, 13 rounds in a row, and didn't have to get right down to the wire to close it out. That's going to feel good. They're going to be in a good place after this game.
Yeah, some smiles and a step in the right direction for Vitality. This is all about survival. There's nothing more for both of these teams now. It's crunch time. You either overcome the odds for HellRaisers. I mean, they've got to go for a reverse sweep versus the number 2 in the world. We're going number 2 in the world. We have to wait. You know, Vitality have to back that up before we can say that with conviction. And so far, not so good in Berlin. This does seem to be somewhat of a convincing factor, though. Nice and easy, open and shut.
Yes.
16-8 after that 6-2 deficit.
Zywoo, that's got to be his best performance so far. I haven't caught all of his maps, but that was absolutely nuts. Yeah, 3.1. And RPK, we said come into this one, right? If RPK and Zywoo are there, that's when you're going to be winning games. And if Zywoo turns up, RPK can post that sort of performance as well, you're in a lot of trouble. Oscar had a great game as well, so it's not like anyone was really doing anything wrong on the HellRaisers side. It wasn't that they were playing badly. Unfortunately, when Zywoo gets into that sort of mindset and he's killing everyone, he was finding, 3 kills one round, 4 kills the next, 3 kills the next. It's like, he is considered one of the world's best players right now. You can have the best tactics in the world. You can have the best strategies. You can lock everyone out and know exactly what they're doing. But at the end of the day, the raw fundamentals of Counter-Strike is shooting people in the face, and he does that better than anyone else. Even if you know he's coming, he can take you down. And look at those stats. They really do speak for themselves. And entry kills as well. 5 of those. He's cracking over bomb sites by himself at that point. ADR 103, and he only died 10 times in total. Oscar, and will have his work cut out for him in the second map, which is Mirage, the pick of Vitality, their specialist map at this point. It seems where they're leaning towards their home map at this stage. And if they do get through that, it's overpass. And map HellRaisers don't really play that much, and that's another home turf for Vitality, of course.
Here is a reminder as well for the team that does win this series. They'll be joining the likes of Force, Greyhound, Simon Gaming, and a Vanguard, all in that 2-2 column so far.
Yes. We'll have one more day tomorrow where we'll decide all those 2-2 games.
Yeah.
And then we have a day off before the Legend stage starts, right? Looking forward to that day off. It has been a lot of Counter-Strike this week. Fantastic stuff, but it's always nice to get a kind of resting period so we can come back with all the hype. Everyone rested, including the players. Everyone's ready to give it their all.
The Legend stage, man. We've got some big names going to be arriving in Berlin over the course of the next couple of days. A point I wanted to make, I mean, taking a look at the stats of this game, ZywOo had 100 ADR and 30 frags. RPK's right up there with him with 100 ADR with 10 less frags. It shows just how much the tank was contributing outside of actual the kills itself.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I'd be interested to see what his utility damage would be at that point.
Oh, good question.
We'll get back to that because I'm struggling to find out right now. But it will be coming in eventually. I'll get my best man on it.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
We'll do that as we do have Mirage and Overpass coming up next. Are you impressed with Vitality, who's come back there? They were down 6-2. I was worried. I was like, this doesn't look good. This is not the team I've been casting all year. I've been at every tournament they've won, I think, this year, and they've looked fantastic at points, but they definitely have their flaws. We talked about them losing those second rounds and losing to pistols generally. Yeah. That is getting much better over time. It's taking longer than I expected, but it is getting there, and there was less blunders there. There was less nightmare scenarios. HellRaisers had a great start. They carried the momentum with them, but then as soon as they got themselves together, they got the money there. ZywOo comes online, RPK looks unstoppable, and now they have the 1-0 start in this best of 3, and they're moving on to their pick next.
Yeah.
All we can say is it doesn't look good for HellRaisers, but we're going to take a break. Now the players gather their thoughts, and we'll be back with the second map.